Yes, yes, yes. It's Raphael Dawkins with the Combat Radio. And we are talking about Eddie Hearn.
Incredible.
Incredible indeed. We're talking about Eddie Hearn's recent statement. It goes along the lines that we need to get tougher with fighters. Eradicate easy fights for big money. We need to, I feel like we're moving a bit closer, a little bit more towards the UFC model. Okay, so these are the words of Eddie Hearn in relation to the changes being experienced in sports entertainment during the COVID-19 crisis. The changes that are coming. There is change. There is a wind of change coming in the sport of boxing. So it would appear. All the big promoters are saying it. Well, Al Heyman ain't saying nothing. Never does. But these are the words of Eddie Hearn. So, we need to get tougher with fighters. He told Chris Mannix, Sports Illustrated. We need to try and eradicate the warm-up fight, the easy fight for big money. We've got to try and be a little bit tougher. You've got to go back to the fighters and the managers, and say, it ain't gonna be easy. Everybody's gonna feel the squeeze a little bit, especially when we get back into the arenas where we can't fill them up. It's a big problem. It's a big problem. You look at the UK, and when we come back in July, we're going to be bumping into the Premier League football. They're talking about playing 3 games per day. You got to know you got cricket and all these other sports that are creating almost like these isolated environments with live content coming all day for different sports. It's going to be sports all day, trying to catch up on the fixtures. So it's going to be very competitive out there when sports come back. And Hearn has an interesting observation to make. Very interesting observation to make. He says that the approach will enable boxing. That approach of skipping out the warm-up fights. That will enable boxing, although it's completely fragmented, it will enable boxing to operate somewhat more like the UFC in some cases. And Hearn goes on to say, pertinently goes on to say, I feel like we're moving a little bit closer to the UFC model right now, where it's going to be right. Here's our schedule. You're fighting him. Oh, I'm not sure about that. Okay, no worries. You can wait. You can sit out since you don't want to fight him. Okay, who's next? Who's up? Okay, you and you. Are you in? Yeah, I'm ready. Yeah, I'm ready. Okay, so you're up. You two, you're up. The other 2, they declined so they can sit out. They can chill out. Rather than, oh, how about this opponent? No. You know me and my team. We like these guys. But that's in the past. Right about now, looking back, maybe we've been a little too weak. A little bit too weak to say no. But we can't afford to do that anymore because of the competition. We can't afford any more weak fights in this COVID-19 environment. You gotta be a bit more like the UFC. Just make the fights that need to get made. Will it benefit boxing to be a bit more like the UFC, putting on the fights that people want to see rather than just the fights that, fighters accept? I think there is benefit to that. There is some benefit to that. There is some benefit to just getting the best fights that you can get made. It's going to have to move in that direction. There's no two ways about it. There's a wind of change. Let's see how it plays out. Let's see if that goes across the board. Let's see if Top Rank feel similarly to Eddie Hearn. Let's see if Mr. Al Heyman's PBC, Premier Boxing Champions, let's see if they move towards that. What say you? It's the Raphael Dawkins, it's the Combat Radio, it's the like, it's the subscribe, it's the comments, it's the shares, and it is the hitting the bell icon to stay updated with news and notifications. Don't forget about the live shows, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, 9 p.m. UK time. It's Raphael Dawkins, and I'm out.